This is Rob Tupper for Boxing Social in association with Betfred. Delighted to be joined once again in Las Vegas by the Dream, Devin Haney, WBC lightweight champion in recess. Is that right?
That's what they say.
Explain that to me. Last time I saw you, I've interviewed you 3 times in Vegas. The first time you were the interim champion, the second time you were the full champion, and now you're champion in recess. Tell me about that.
I don't know. I don't even understand that. I don't understand the situation. It is what it is. I want to make these big fights happen. The big fights mean more than the belt in the first place. So of course, I want to be champion. I was champion, before. I want to be champion again. It's the, dream come true. But at the end of the day, I want to make these big fights happen where they're so big that the belt doesn't even matter.
How's the injury? Obviously, the last time we heard was you were injured, which is why you had to vacate the belt. Yeah. How are you getting on? How's recovery going?
Oh, recovery is going great. I feel great. I just started physical therapy. I should be back in the gym really soon. I'm happy. I'm anxious to get back. I miss training. I miss sparring, boxing. I miss it so much. So I can't wait to get back.
Was it frustrating for you? Obviously on a hell of a roll, that highlight reel knockout of Antonio Moran. You picked up the interim and then the full world title. Now you're sidelined through injury. Was it frustrating for you?
Yeah. At first it was very frustrating, but over time I actually looked on the bright side and said, you know what, I actually needed this rest. I was fighting so much. I felt like my body was just, tired, and maybe that's what caused the injury. I don't know. But it feels good to have this rest, and now I'm really feel rejuvenated. I'm anxious to get back to just even training, not even fighting, just to even get back in the gym.
Going to try and fly through some questions because you're a very popular man in the room, as you always are. Ryan Garcia, a name that's always been linked with you. We've spoken about it previously. Returned to the ring recently with another first-round knockout. What did you make of his performance?
I mean, he went in there. He did what he had to do. I can take nothing away from his performance. He went in there, didn't last long. He got him out of there. He beat him better than anybody has beat. What's his name? Fonseca, yeah. So good for him.
When can we realistically expect that fight? Obviously, we've spoken about it in the past, and you want to build that fight, or he's spoken about building that fight into a massive fight. Do you want it sooner rather than later, or are you looking to build it?
Yeah, he's spoken about building the fight, for a long time. He wants to keep building it and building it. But right now, I feel like the time is now. We got the momentum. The boxing world wants to see it badly. I think we can make it happen, in 2020 for sure.
135 pounds, one of the best divisions in boxing. You've got a lot of young and up-and-coming stars. You've got yourself, Ryan Garcia, we've mentioned Teofimo Lopez, Gervonta Davis. There's still been some talk, though, that maybe you might be moving up to 140. What can you tell me about that?
I mean, 135 is so popular. I think it's the best weight class, right now in boxing. 135, 147, toss-up. I don't know but I don't know which one, but I can't move up to 140 right now. It's just too much smoke, too many good fights to make happen. I gotta stay at 135, for these big fights. I move up to 140 for one fight, and I said this over and over again, and that's Mikey Garcia. If it's not that fight, there's no reason for me to move up.
Now, as I mentioned, you are now WBC champion in recess. The full title is going to be competed for by Luke Campbell and Javier Fortuna. What do you make of that fight? Obviously, Luke Campbell's a name that you've been linked with for a long time.
I mean, Luke Campbell, he's a decent fighter. Fortuna, he's a decent fighter. So I think it's really like a 50-50 matchup. I really don't give anyone the edge. I would like for Luke Campbell to win so that I could fuck him up. He talks a lot of smack. I keep hearing him he's always saying, he always has something to say. I feel like he's a hater, but he doesn't really want to fight me. He had the chance to fight me, and he decided to go the Lomachenko route, and which he lost, and then he cried about. I hope that me and Luke Campbell can fight because I really don't like him. I really just want to fuck him up.
Would you come over to the UK for that fight?
No, I wouldn't. It would be no reason to. Luke Campbell he loses every big fight that he fights. He loses. It would be no reason for me to go to the UK to fight him. He can come here and fight me in Vegas or the Bay Area or LA or somewhere. There's no reason. Luke Campbell, he can fight me here.
Okay, and just finally, before I let you go, as I mentioned, you're a very popular man in these parts. Wilder Fury 2 tomorrow night, MGM Grand. Don't sit on the fence. Who's going to win and why?
I got to go with Wilder. I mean, I've been hearing some things, in Fury's camp, which I don't know how true they are. Rumors start, so easily. But I just feel like Wilder. I feel like he'll go in there, he'll make the adjustments that he needed to make, the first fight. He won't be as anxious. He'll let the knockout come. Hopefully he will, and he'll get the win.
Okay, well, Devin Haney, always a pleasure catching up with you. Thanks very much for speaking to Boxing Social. Look forward to catching up with you soon.
Thank you.
Cheers, Devin.